Retirement. It's something most people have on their list of goals. It's definitely on my list. Saving is a big part of being able to retire, and that's what this video is all about. If saving makes retirement possible. If you want to know the answer to this, then you better stick around. By the end of this video, you will know if retirement is possible through saving and how you can achieve retirement. Retirement is like the final chapter. If your dreams were in the form of a book, retiring is not easy to achieve. In fact, it's a huge undertaking. If you feel unsure or unprepared, this video is for you. Welcome to Savvy, where we have lots of practical wisdom to share. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button below, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more advice here on Savvy. Today, I'll share with you if saving for retirement is possible. Traditionally, we're taught that we'd have to work until we're about 50 or even older to get to retirement. To save throughout our whole working lives, and eventually, we'll have enough to retire. I personally just want to have enough so I can live comfortably through my retirement period. Although, given the pandemic, the war in Ukraine, rate hikes, the recession, and all that has happened in the year 2022. This year has definitely been full of twists and turns, much more eventful than we thought it would be, and this caused a real commotion in the market. This led to an estimated $3.4 trillion being wiped out from retirement accounts in the first quarter. $3.4 billion! That's definitely a retirement crisis right there. If nothing is done about it, then the number of seniors in poverty who rely on public services will definitely increase. Others say that there isn't a retirement crisis going on, and it's just a myth that the retirement system in the US is stronger than ever. Others say that retirement incomes are at an all-time high, as well as retirement savings, along with participation in retirement plans. So, is there actually a retirement crisis or not? How can this be stopped if we face a retirement crisis? How can we solve it? Well, keep watching to find out. I have an aunt. She has been retired for about 6 years or so. She's worked multiple jobs, mostly spending her working years in factories. She didn't save up much for retirement since she thought she could rely on the government to cover all that. If you thought the same, then that's where you might want to change things up, because this wouldn't be enough to live on. I interviewed my aunt and said she gets about $1,574 from her Social Security and $631 from her pension. She pays for all of the bills, utilities, insurance, food, all of it. So given all her expenses, do you actually think what she's getting from the government is enough to cover all of that? No. The takeaway here is that Americans don't save enough for retirement. She used to not have any savings because she was living paycheck to paycheck too. The median retirement account balance now is at $89,716. What's the median retirement account balance, you ask? It's basically how much a person needs on average. That gives you about $500 in a month for a 15-year retirement period on an estimate. And ultimately, you'll be wishing that you should have saved up a lot more. In her last job, she didn't have any paid holidays, no vacation, no extra anything. You work and you get the money, and that's it. Aside from most Americans not saving enough, what's another problem? I mentioned earlier that there have been a few events that have caused turmoil in the market. What can we get from that? When the economy is going through a crisis, this affects retirement savings plans. Pensions and Social Security shouldn't be touched because that's there for your future. IRAs and 401ks also end up being used when people become unemployed, have health issues, and are in need of funds to cover their medical expenses. Do you think you're saving enough? What are some of your saving strategies? Please share it with us in the comments below. I did my own research on retirees, and here's what I found. Many of them I interviewed are doing well, but are not doing well enough that they could weather through a financial crisis. Why might this be the case? This is because of the rising costs of long-term care services and support. Eventually, if they find themselves in need of this kind of service, there's a big chance they wouldn't have enough to actually afford it. For ages 65 and older, 1 in 5 Americans says they have spent more than $2,000 on healthcare out of pocket. In a different study that was conducted on retirees, their results showed that more than 65% of Americans are worried that they cannot afford healthcare services. About 25% of non-retired adults in the US don't have any retirement savings. Many of these people don't have access to an employer-sponsored retirement plan. Not many people can go into the bank and open their own IRA accounts. From the employed age 25 to 34, these people have an average savings rate of 10.5%, while those under 25 have a savings rate of 8%. Mind you, the recommended savings rate is 15%, so neither of the two cut close. Then you got the millennials and the Gen Z who are entering the workforce with student loans and all that debt to put the cherry on top. What can you do about all of this? That is the question. You need to have a more hands-on approach when managing your finances. You need to manage your savings and investments to ensure you have enough to last your retirement. The Social Security Administration has also estimated that the reserve will deplete by 2034. This means that the benefits of Social Security are under threat, so you can rely on this to live off during your retirement. But you can only rely on yourself. Inflation. Don't even get me started on inflation. Inflation is also one of the huge roadblocks in the path to retirement for many Americans. A quarter of Americans have said that their retirement delay is mainly because of increased consumer costs. If you are solely going to live off of what you have saved, inflation will affect you, so you should be prepared for this. This issue needs to be addressed. I believe that retirement policy will help turn things around for the better if we start to have a broader collaboration among industries and sectors. Fortunately, here's the good news. The House has passed an act called the Securing a Strong Retirement Act of 2022. This gives many benefits that will help Americans save for retirement. Part of the act requires employers to enroll their employees into a retirement plan. Obviously, there are still many more issues to address and cover, but this is definitely a step in the right direction. So continue on your financial journey to retirement because from here, there's no way but up. That's enough practical wisdom for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up below. We will be posting 4 to 5 videos per week, so click the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of our new videos weekly. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video.